down the street, right? Quick little story time. I don't know if it's going to be quick. But I'm walking down the street, right? And as I'm walking down the street, I see this guy walking ahead of me. No biggie. So as I'm walking, he eventually turns around and he sees me. So then he kind of stops walking. And I thought that was suspicious because it's the middle of the night. So I decided instead of walking straight on the sidewalk where I would walk towards him, I walk all the way around him through the parking lot. As I'm walking through the parking lot, I look at him to see if he's still going to start back walking or not. But no, he's still standing there. He's still watching me. I keep walking. I look again. He waves at me. I don't wave back. I look to the other side of me because I'm thinking maybe he's talking to the guy that's pumping his gas. He's not. He's still looking at me, but he's kind of like side-eyeing me like, why I ain't wave back? Because it's the middle of the fucking night. So I keep walking. I get far, whatever. As I get super fucking far, cross the street, everything. I think I crossed the street like twice. Before I get to where I'm going more towards where I live, like my street, I look back, but I'm looking back in a funny way because a few days ago when some guy was following me, this happens often, I didn't feel like being scared, so I was being funny because I was on the phone with somebody. And so I just stood there. Instead of like walking, I just stood there, turned around, and just stared at him. And then he stopped following me. So I was making a joke because I was on the phone again. Like, oh, I'm just going to do that again. But I wasn't actually expecting this man to be following me. I didn't think he was following me at all. But I was just doing that. Like, as I'm saying it, like, yeah, it'd be funny if I do this again and I turn around, he's following me. So I turn around and I'm like, I make the joke, boom. And then I laugh, whatever. I keep walking. But then something was like, wait, did I see somebody actually walking? So I turn around and I'm actually now standing there again, actually analyzing because it's dark. And he actually indeed was following me. So I'm like, oh, fuck. Joke's over. So I feel that, feeling in the feel in my stomach. But the way that I'm walking, the street starts to curve, right? So as I'm walking, I can't necessarily see behind me too far. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to just keep walking because there's a chance that he's just going to this bus stop that's coming up ahead. Because where he stopped before was a bus stop. Maybe he's just walking to this next bus stop, whatever. But if I keep walking fast enough through this curvature, eventually he'll lose me anyway. There's no way that he would be able to see me past this curvature. And the curve goes for a while. So I'm just walking. I'm like, okay, cool, done. And then I'm like, once I walk past this bus stop, I walk a little further, but then I like peek around this curvature because I'm like, okay, then he should have stopped following me by now if my theory is correct. He indeed was still walking towards me. But this is a street, this is a public street, right? So I'm not trying to assume, okay, he's following me. Like, you know what I mean? Because you know how people get if you say that, and people tend to follow me a lot, and people somehow equate that to me thinking that I'm all that as if I want to be fucking stalked. I don't. I don't. So anyways, I'm like, oh, fuck, he's still coming. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to keep walking fast, like at a decent pace, because he's still a ways away, and I'll be fine. Like, fuck it, I'll be fine. And as soon as I hit this straight line where basically I'll be able to see him, he'll be able to see me, I should be far away by then, so it won't matter. So I'm just like walking. But I'm also like trying to mind my business so I don't overthink it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to keep thinking like he's following me. Because for the most part, like I say, I'm not really scary. It's like when something happens and I'm not expecting it, yeah, I could be pretty fucking scary and actually very jumpy. But when I kind of feel like I can see something coming, I'm not really scary. I kind of get more jokey, if anything. And people say that sometimes you joke to hide your fears, but no, I don't think it's that for me. I think I get jokey because I start playing like, damn, do I gotta beat a nigga's ass? Because I will. I'll try. Right? So I'm just like, okay, let me mind my business. I'll keep walking. And the distance, the speed, I'll be fine. He might be like still walking in behind me, but it'll be so far away that it won't matter by the time I get to my apartment. He's not going to know where the fuck I live. Well, he'll know the apartments, but he's not going to be able to pinpoint where I live. So, yeah, anyways, I'm walking. Something tells me to turn around. By something, I mean the dome. So I turn around, or the ancestors, because they be having my back. Woo! So I turn around and this man's stupid fucking close. I'm talking not like a couple feet close, but way too close for comfort and too close. Like he'd had to been speed walking. He'd have had to been like fucking running when I'm not looking anymore. And that definitely scared the shit out of me because what are you doing? Like, that's weird. You know what I mean? Like, maybe weird, but when you kind of like, if you wave at me and I don't wave back, if I'm standing there to see if you're staring at me, you know I see you see me. If I'm looking past the curvature to see if you still following me, you see me see you, I feel like that's enough to be like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, in my mind, in my normal mind, no offense. So, it's like that speed up, it creeped me out. It creeped me out. And I don't like that because I don't like being scared. I really don't. Like, my biggest fear is fear. I do not like the feeling of being scared. If you make me scared, it's going to piss me off. Because who the fuck you think you are having me feel like this? Like, why are you fucking up my nervous system, bitch? I didn't ask for this. I just don't like that. I don't like when people that shit pisses me off like dead ass. It makes me mad. And when I get mad, I no longer am scared. But people don't seem to get that. I think when they see, you know what I mean? Because like if I'm walking and I'm like looking back and I'm walking, obviously I'm uncomfortable. You know what I mean? I'm wearing a little mini skirt, and I'm pulling down my skirt because when I'm walking fast, the skirt's rising. Yeah, it probably looks like, oh, look, yeah, scary little bitch. But when you get me to the, like, because it's not everybody, obviously. Some women would just keep walking, keep, trying to. But when I get fucking scared, I get mad. You're in my aura, you're in my space. I don't like that shit. So I'm like, I find myself like, okay, I'm walking faster. I'm like, okay, this is weird. I'm scared. So I'm still like looking behind or whatever. Then I remember this time where this guy was following me. But at this time, I still was a little bit more, I wasn't really scary. I just didn't, I feel like I'm at this point in my life where I'm embodying, like, you know how you embody what you want to be so that you can be it. And then there's you just being it. I feel like I'm transitioning between embodying what I want to be and just being it. So at the time before, when this guy was following me, I just slowed down my pace. And then he ended up having to walk ahead of me. And then when he got to a little bit of distance, he kind of just stood there and started watching me. So I stood there and I was watching him. But I was more embodying this is what I would want to do if somebody was scaring me. This is what I would want to do. Versus in the past, I wouldn't do stuff like that. I would just keep walking or whatever. Or run. Or, it'd be like a fucking whole chase down. But at that point, when I did that, I was embodying that. That was like a couple months ago. In this case, I felt like I am this. I'm not embodying this. I am this. So when I got that feeling, like, I'm not about to fucking speed walk, run, none of that shit. And it made me remember that time. Oh, let me do that. Let me slow down and let him just go past me. But we're on the same side of the street. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to cross the street. And then I'm just going to slow down. So I cross the street. And as I'm crossing the street, I look at him because he's pretty fucking close. Like, he had to have ran. So as I'm walking across the street, I'm looking at him at a little bit, behind me. And I get over there and I'm like, okay, I'm going to just slow down over here. And he has no choice but to walk ahead. So I'm doing that. But he's he's still watching me. And then I had this feeling overcome me of that feeling. Like, I don't want to pretend like I'm not scared anymore and I'm mad. I just fucking am. So instead of me slowing down and pretending like I actually, there's this big ass rock. I sit on this rock. I don't know what fucking possessed me to do this, but I sit on the rock and now I'm just watching him across the street. And I cross my legs and I pull out my vape and I'm smoking because to me, I'm like, how could you be so low of a fucking person that it's this late at night, it's just me and you would go out of your way to make me uncomfortable? For fucking what? For what? So now I'm just staring at him across the street. This man stops because I guess he decided he didn't want to pretend anymore either. So he stops walking. He looks at me across the street. He just starts walking across the street. And I just still sit there. I'm still sitting there like this. And in my mind, I'm like, okay. And I already got my mace was already readily available as I was crossing him a ways back. Or, yeah. So I got my mace, but I'm not really like, because in a little brief little moment I wanted to be like, as he's crossing the street, stay the fuck away from me. But I'm like, no, fuck that. Fuck that. I'm sick of being fucking scared. I'm sick of weirdos thinking that they can make me uncomfortable in my own fucking skin, bitch. Fuck you. So I just sit there. He's crossing the street, and then he comes up close to me, but I give him a look like, don't get too fucking close. I'm not scared. Because if I was, I wouldn't still be sitting here. So I'm giving him a look like, don't get too fucking close, bitch. And he stops, and he goes, oh, are you okay? Am I? So I literally said, am I okay? Are you okay? The fuck? I didn't say the fuck, bitch. But in my mind, I'm thinking, you stupid. This is why I don't like being scared. Because the fucking audacity of you to ask me, am I okay? So I go, are you okay? And he's like, oh yeah. No, I lost my vape. Mind you, I didn't have this vape out. I literally pulled the vape out when I sat on the rock because I was just going to smoke and be like, this bitch is crazy. I lost my vape and I saw that you had a vape. So I was just wondering if I could give you $1 and get a hit of your vape. I said, I'm real uncomfortable with this conversation right now. And he's like, and he gonna have the nerve to like, as he's walking away from me, this man had the nerve to put up his arms like, kind of like what the fuck did I do? You followed me for damn near a mile to ask me for a hit of my vape for a fucking $1 that you didn't know I had? Bitch. 4 o'clock in the fucking morning? Nigga? To ask me if I'm okay? Huh? And then you think that I was going to somehow be like, hey, what's up, bro? Get the fuck away from me, bitch. Like, I was low-key heated. But I'm like, he's already walking away. I obviously have control of the situation. I'm not going to cuss him out. And then him thinking that somehow in his weird-ass mind, he has the authority to treat me like I'm being abusive or weird or confrontational. Because you know how these motherfuckers like to get. You say one thing back, and, oh yeah, see, this is why I followed you for a fucking mile. Because I knew you were weird. So I didn't say anything. I'm literally just staring at the back of his dumbass head as he walked the fuck away. Still sitting there. I had to thank God after that. Because that could have gone so many different fucking ways. Y'all have y'all wits about y'all. And I'm not saying do what I just did. Because I don't know if everybody would, be that same way. Some other men might be like, you stupid bitch, you motherfucker. I don't know. Or think I'm going to take advantage of the situation. But to be quite honest, I was so, my face was so, I just felt like, yeah, he wasn't getting damsel in distress out of me. We're in a fucking fight. I'm angry inside. Now let me stop. But a lot of people have had the audacity with me recently that I will definitely punch somebody in the fucking face if you think I fucking won't. But I'm a lover, not a fighter. But I can't believe that shit just fucking happened. And then I just go and I got up and I walked away. And of course I still made sure he was still walking, but before I actually walked into my apartments. But the audacity is high. The audacity is fucking high with these people. Be safe out there, please. Be fucking safe.